Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to listen to the story David Goes to School by David Shannon. Let's see what happens in this really fun story. David Goes to School. Okay. Here we go. David's teacher always said, "No, David, no running, no yelling, no pushing in the halls. David, you're tardy." And look, David's sneaking in the door. He's late. And the teacher's telling him he's tardy, which means he's late. Okay. "Sit down, David." And David's up at the board, and he's making silly faces and doing what he shouldn't be doing in class. "Don't chew gum in class, David." So David has candy or gum in his mouth and he's playing with it. And that's not very safe to do in school. "David, raise your hand." David's calling out and the poor little girl is raising her hand and she's doing the right thing and she's looking at David with this look on her face like, "What happened?" And David's yelling, "Keep your hands to yourself." So David was painting and he's ready to touch the little girl in front of him with his red paint hand. And the teacher said, "Keep your hands to yourself." "Pay attention, David." And look at poor David. He's looking out the window and he's making all kinds of designs in the clouds, a face, a dinosaur, a piece of chicken. Okay, and the teacher is saying, "Pay attention, David." "Wait your turn, David." Now this is very important. We have to wait our turn. And David's kind of just pushing through the line and all the other kids have sad looks on their face and surprised looks. "I don't care who started it." So they obviously had a little misunderstanding and they made a mess. And he's pointing to him and he's pointing to David and there's food all over the place. But they're both in trouble. "David, recess is over." So David is still playing outside when all the other kids went inside. "Shh." And the little girl is really not happy. Look at the look on her face. And David is making noises and playing drums with his pencils on his book. And she's not happy because she's trying to read and do her work. "Again." This is a funny one that my students always laugh at, that David is saying he has to go to the bathroom again. "That's it, mister. You're staying after school." And look what David did. David drew all over his desk and he drew all kinds of pictures. And the teacher told him he's going to stay after school. I wonder what's going to happen. "David, have you finished?" So she made him clean up the tables and David's smiling. And he has his bucket and his little sponge. And he's cleaning up the tables. And she's asking if he finished. "Good job, David." And she gave him a gold star for doing such a good job. "Yes, David, you can go home now." And David goes home and he's ready to play outside with his friends and he's running down the street. And that's the end of David Goes to School. I hope you enjoyed that story. See you next time.